Hello and welcome to Dunslet, the channel for intelligent and curious people like you who are searching for human sexuality in the age of artificial intelligence. And you know, this age is completely different than the previous ages we have seen in the recent past. That means pre-internet age, post-internet age, even smartphone and social media ages. In the last 2 years, we have seen a lot of changes. Okay, not only in the working field but also in our personal lives. And in this channel, you know that sometimes I talk about human sexuality and human sexual behaviors, psychological behaviors, sometimes sex robots, of course. But there is no vulgarity in this channel, and I don't promote any kind of vulgarity through this channel. Besides, I try to give some ideas about the popular science, okay, and I try to make it rather funny, try to make it in a different perspective, in a different way. So today's topic is center of gravity and how it affects our physically intimate act. Okay, the purists, especially the purists, might get offended, might get frustrated. Why should I take this approach? But in my opinion, you know, if you just want to teach center of gravity to a layman like me, you know, I will just I won't watch that video. Oh, why should I learn center of gravity? Why it will how it will come to my how it will be useful for me, etc., etc., etc. There are a lot of questions, you know. They will not watch the video. Okay, so I take a different route altogether. I just want to imagine you a situation like this. Suppose your partner is on the bed and you are trying to get into a kind of physical intimate act standing on one leg. Will that be possible? Most probably, the answer is no, isn't it? Okay, we'll come back to the center of gravity ultimately. But before that, let me tell you one thing. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. It means a lot to me. And if you have already subscribed, tons of thanks. It gives me a lot of strength. Because I can at least guess that okay, you are enjoying these videos. Okay, isn't it? So, and finally, I just said there is no vulgarity in this channel. Sense of humor above all. Okay, so what is center of gravity and why we cannot do the physical intimate acts standing on one leg while my partner is on the bed? Why? Why should we stand on my feet and do that? We can do that. Okay? The center of gravity is behind this whole act. What is center of gravity? Okay. For a fun fact, consider a fun fact, for most objects, the center of gravity is also the balancing point. Okay. Try balancing a ruler on your finger. Just try. Okay, let me show you this one. Just, oh my goodness, it's very difficult. You know, it's very difficult to balance something like this. It's a nail cutter, of course, not a ruler. But the center of gravity is right where it balances. Okay, so therefore, standing on one leg, having any kind of sexual act is very difficult, right? Imagine an object, a baseball, suppose. The center of gravity is like the tippy toe point, toe point, okay, tippy toe point, where all its weight is balanced. Now, of course, you can stand a baseball on this table, no problem. You can keep it, and it will not roll if it is not slightly. I mean, if it's plain, it will stand and not roll in any side. If you could hold the object perfectly still at that exact spot, it would not tilt to one side or the other, right? Think of it as an imaginary point. So, center of gravity is a kind of an imaginary point where all the object's weight is concentrated. From a scientific perspective, from the perspective of science, center of gravity is practically an imaginary point where objects' weight, all weight, is concentrated on that point. It helps that object not to tilt but to stand upright. Okay, and it also helps us understand how the object will behave, especially when it comes to gravity. Because when a ball rolls or tilts to a one side, it happens because of gravity, isn't it? But when the center of gravity is okay, it will not tilt. I hope it makes a sense. And I also hope that if you are not from a science background, I have a little science background, but not very in a great deal, of course. I'm not a physicist, not a mathematician. I've written only few technological books. So I have a very little scientific background, nothing else. But I always try to give you some knowledge about popular science through funny facts, nothing else. So again, humor, sense of humor, have a ball and enjoy. So thanks for watching. Thanks for your time. Keep watching Wooden Slit. Keep supporting Wooden Slit. And take care. Stay safe.